Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm doing a first impression on the new Makeup Revolution and Soph Does Nails collection. So I have the eyeshadow palette, then I also have two other lipsticks. I have the shades Cake and Syrup. The reason why I didn't get the other lipstick is because I knew that it would be too dark for my skin tone, and also I knew that I wouldn't really use it, so there wasn't really any point in me getting that. But I have two of the lipsticks and these are the two lighter shades, and I'm so excited to try out this eyeshadow palette. I've seen the last collection all over Instagram and YouTube and everyone said how good it was. Everyone said how much they loved it, so I decided to go ahead and get this when it first came out, and literally I got this on the day that it came out. I did order this from Soph, but you can also get it on the Makeup Revolution website as well, and this just looks so nice. I haven't opened it yet. I've seen swatches all over Instagram, on YouTube as well, and I'm so excited to try this out. So in this eyeshadow palette you get 18 different shades, and there's loads of different ones. There's some bright ones that are around here, then there's also some darker ones and more brown toned ones over here, and then these two lipsticks are nude, and one of them is a pinky nude, which is Cake, and then Syrup is more of a mid-tone brown, and they just look really gorgeous, and I'm so excited to try them out because I haven't really tried out any Makeup Revolution lipsticks before. I do have two of them in my collection, but I haven't actually tried them out, so this is just going to be a first impression on all Makeup Revolution lipsticks as well. The eyeshadow palette retails for £10, which I think is amazing, as we should have 18 different shades. You can create loads of different looks with it. Also it is cruelty free and vegan, and the lipsticks retail for £4 each as well, which is super affordable. Also I love the packaging of this. I love the fact that it's nude, also that it's got the rose gold on the top, and these are also cruelty free as well. It doesn't say if they're vegan on the website, but they do say that the majority of their products are vegan, but for these being cruelty free, £4 is absolutely amazing. So if you haven't already noticed, I have got brand new hair extensions. These ones actually match my hair completely. The other ones, because I did have them in for about 5 months, they were getting quite light, the colour was starting to rinse out of them, but these ones match my hair perfectly. I'm so excited. They're a new method of hair extensions, and I'll be talking about them in a new video very soon for you guys, so you can see what they are and where you can purchase them from as well. So if you're new to my channel and you enjoy this video, make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, and also make sure that you hit the bell icon just so you're notified every time I upload a new video. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, and we're going to try out the eyeshadow palette first. I've just taken the eyeshadow palette out of the cardboard packaging, and it looks absolutely stunning. This is what it looks like. So this is the front of it, and it's a really nice rose gold. It's so shiny, it's beautiful. It looks exactly the same as the cardboard packaging, as you can see. They're exactly the same colour, and they just look absolutely beautiful. So I'm really happy with this. The only thing that I don't really like is the back. I would have thought that they'd do exactly the same colour all over the back as well, just so it keeps one colour. It does look a little bit different having the packaging on the back like this, but honestly the front is absolutely beautiful. And also on the back you do see the little bunny from Peter as well, and it says that it's cruelty free. So this is what the palette looks like, and honestly the pans are so much bigger than I thought they'd be. I do have other Makeup Revolution palettes and the pans are so much smaller, and these just look absolutely stunning. You have a mixture of mattes and also shimmers in here, so you have 12 mattes and 6 shimmers, and honestly these colours look absolutely stunning. You can create loads of different looks with this, and I'm so excited to dip into this. It just looks so nice. The shimmers just look stunning. I love shimmers in all eyeshadow palettes, but the one that's drawing me to it is this one up here, which is Infinity. Also I like the fact that these also have the shade names on here as well, because a lot of the times you do have them on the little plastic wrapper thing that you get with it, and then you lose it and then you can't work out which shade that you have. So this having all of the shades on there is really good for me, and I'm so excited to start digging into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put an eyeshadow base on. This is what I use with all of my eyeshadows. This is the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline in the shade Nude, and this is perfect. It's a concealer, but it's a really good eyeshadow base. Keeps on my eyeshadows all day, and I love it. Also it matches me when I do have a self-tan, so I don't end up having the really white eyes and then having the self-tan face. After I put on my eyeshadow base, I do usually use my translucent face powder, and the one that I use is a Coty Airspun. But today I was thinking about setting my eyeshadow with one of these, but there's not really one that looks like it's going to match my skin tone, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my Coty Airspun powder and just set all of this into place so we don't get any weird lines and so we don't make all the base come off. I also forgot to mention that I love the fact that it comes with a giant full-size mirror in here, so it's so good for travel. I love when eyeshadow palettes do have these mirrors in there, because it's so much easier. Then you only need to get one palette, you don't need to get another one or a separate mirror. So the first shade that I'm going to take is this one right here, and this one's the shade Cookie Dough, and I'm going to use this as a transition shade and see how it goes. So that's the transition shade done, and honestly this colour is really, really good. It's so highly pigmented. I only got a tiny bit of kickback in the pan. As you can see, there's literally minimal right there. You only get a little bit that's around there, so that's really good for me, because I have had some palettes from Makeup Revolution before where I've had a lot of kickback, I've had a lot of fallout, and this one is completely different. The next shade that I'm going to go into is this one right here, and this one is called Sweet and Sour. It's just a beautiful orange shade. I think it's going to be perfect for summer, so I'm going to go into this and I'm just going to put this in the crease. Now that is really pigmented. I like that. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but a lot of eyeshadow palettes, they tend to not have really pigmented mattes, and this one, so far, I'm really liking it. So with this shade, I literally had no fallout, which is amazing. As you can see, there's literally nothing around the pan on there, so I'm really liking this palette. I think it's really good. I think Makeup Revolution did really good palettes beforehand, but this one is just really good. I think they've really stepped up their game, so I'm really happy with this so far. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of Sweet and Sour, and I'm just going to pop this on the outer third as well. Then I'm just going to blend this out using a blending brush. And then the next shade that I'm going to take is 21, which is this beautiful red shade, and I'm going to put this in the crease. And then I'm just going to go back in with the shade Sweet and Sour, and I'm just going to blend it into the outer third again, just to make sure it's a bit more blended. So as you can see, just blending that out with the other shade just makes it look a lot more put together, and I really like the way that it looks. Honestly, I love this palette, and I have a feeling that as I'm going through other shades, I'm probably going to like it even more. So at the moment, I really like it. Then for the outer third, I'm going to take this shade here, which is Cheesecake, and this looks like it's going to be a really nice chocolatey shade. So I'm just going to pop this on the outer third. So this shade isn't actually showing up as much as I thought it would. I'm just going to blend it a little bit more. I don't know why, but this shade isn't really showing up. I've gone back in with it about 3 times and there's not really a lot there. I don't know if it's to do with my brush, so I'm going to switch brushes. It does look a little bit like it's there, but this shade I think isn't really coming off a lot. I'm going to see if a pencil brush works any differently. I don't know what it is, but this shade just doesn't want to work. It's just basically getting all on my brush, but it's not going on the lids, which is annoying. So I'm just going to buff whatever I have out. So Cheesecake is a bit of a disappointment because, as you can see, there's quite a lot of kickback on there. It's gone all over here. It's gone quite deep in the eyeshadow pan, and I don't really know why it's that bad. It's actually gone all over my computer screen as well. I'm literally looking at my computer down here because I can see the viewfinder, and it's gone all over my screen, so that's not the best. So Cheesecake at the moment, not really much of a fan of, but the other ones have been really good. So I'm just going to blend out what I have on the eye. So what I'm going to do is use my concealer. I'm going to warm it up on my hand, then I'm going to put it on the eyelid just so I can use it as a really good base for when I use the shimmer eyeshadow, because I want it to really pop. So I'm now going to go in with a shimmer shade, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I really like this one, then I like this one, and I also like this one. I think I might go in with Dreams right here just so it can keep with the look. And for this I'm going to use the concealer brush, which is what I use all the time when I use my shimmer eyeshadows. So I'm just going to dip in here and then just pack it on the lid. That is beautiful. I only needed a little bit of this and it just looks stunning on the eye. This is just absolutely beautiful. It's not chunky glitter or anything like that. It's finely milled. It just looks really beautiful. It looks really vibrant as well. And I'm not even just pressing, I'm actually sliding it as well, and it's still going really good. This look is absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I love the shimmer eyeshadow. So what I'm going to do is take one of my brushes, go back in with Cheesecake and just see if we can blend this out a little bit. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more of Sweet and Sour and just pop this in the crease. And the last shade that I'm going to take is also a shimmer shade, and I'm going to pop this on the centre of the eye. And I think I might use Infinity just because it's just calling my name. It just looks really good. So I'm going to take Infinity. I'm going to pop a little bit on my brush, and that's what it looks like. So it just looks really nice on brush as well. I'm just going to tap this on the centre of the lid. So this is what the eyes look like, and honestly I'm so happy with them. They look absolutely beautiful. The colours, pretty much every single one of them just looks really good on the eyes, and they glided down amazingly, blended amazingly as well. The only one that I'm not a fan of is Cheesecake, because that one I needed to use a lot of the product and it didn't really go off on the eyes that much. Honestly, I can't really even notice it on the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, I'm going to come back, and then we're going to try out the lipsticks and I'll give you my final first impression. So I've just finished off my makeup and this is what it looks like, and honestly I love the eyeshadow. I wish they looked so good on camera as I do in person. Honestly, in person it looks so good, and they blended out amazingly. They're so highly pigmented, so I'm so happy with the way that it looks. So honestly, I'm really liking this eyeshadow palette. The last thing that I did was I used Sweet and Sour, which is this one right here, which is the main colour that we use pretty much on all of the lids, and I used a pencil brush for it. So I used this one and it went on amazingly underneath my eyes. I haven't got any kickback, any fallout or anything like that. It just looks really good. It just smudges amazingly. So I really do love the way that my eyes turned out today. I think they look really good. So now that I've done all of my makeup, the last thing to do are my lips, and for this I have two different shades of the Makeup Revolution and Soph Does Nails lipsticks. I have Cake and Syrup. Cake is more of a pinky nude and Syrup is more of a mid-brown nude. So I'm just going to take these out of the packaging. I'm going to do swatches so you can see what they both look like. I'm going to put them both on my lips as well, but one of them I'm going to keep on for the rest of the day and let you know how it goes. So the packaging is absolutely stunning. You have the rose gold at the top, then also the nude. Then at the bottom you can also see which shade it is, and it also has the name of it as well. And I love the fact that it's got Makeup Revolution and Soph on there with a little signature as well. And this is what the shade Cake looks like. So this one is the lighter shade. So this is what it looks like. It's sort of like a pinky nude shade. Then it's also got Soph on there. It's got her signature on there as well, which I think is a really good touch. And the other one that I have is the shade Syrup. And Syrup is exactly the same packaging, but it's more of a mid-tone brown. This is what they look like next to each other, so you can definitely see which one is Cake and which one is Syrup. Just by looking at the swatches, you can see that they are very different. You can see which one's Cake, which is the top one, and the bottom one's Syrup. And they did say that Cake was meant to be the lightest shade of the two, but by looking at the swatches, it looks more like it's going to be Syrup. I feel like this one is probably going to go in my skin tone more than this one, but honestly, they're both beautiful. They're really creamy. I'm not sure how long they're going to stay on for because they are that creamy, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch them both on my lips. I think the first one I'm going to put on is Syrup, just because it does look like the lighter of the two, and then I'm going to put Cake on. So this is what Syrup looks like on the lips. Honestly, I think it is a gorgeous shade. It has a really nice sort of monochrome look to it. It doesn't look matte, it looks nice and shiny. It's really creamy, so it went on really easily as well. Like I said, because it is quite creamy, I'm not too sure how long it's going to last on the lips, but this looks really good with this eyeshadow look. It doesn't take the focus off the eyes. It looks really good, and yeah, I think this might be the one that I'm going to wear for the rest of the day. But I'm going to go ahead and swatch Cake as well. And this is what Cake looks like on the lips, and honestly I actually prefer it so much more now that I've put it on my lips to the swatch. As you can see on the swatch, it looks like it's going to be quite dark, but then on my lips it looks really good and I'm really happy with it. The weird thing is the formula of these lipsticks actually reminds me of the Makeup Revolution stick foundation, and I don't know if you guys have tried that out before, but it is very creamy. It's one of those where you only need to brush it a little bit on the face and then it comes off really quickly and easily, and the formula of the lipsticks actually reminds me of that foundation, which is really weird. I do have that foundation, I use it quite a lot, so I know what the formula's like and stuff like that, but honestly Honestly, I love the way that these look. I think that they look stunning. So I think out of the two shades, the shade that I'm going to wear for the rest of the day today is Syrup, because it does look a lot better with this makeup look. I feel like the Cake looks good if you don't have a very bold and bright eye. I think if you have more of a neutral eye, it would probably look the best. So I'm going to go ahead, take this off and put Syrup back on my lips. So I finished off all of my makeup, and this is a makeup look that I'm going to wear for the rest of today. Honestly, I love the way that my makeup turned out. I was a little bit worried. I thought the lipsticks weren't going to be that good. Also thought that the eyeshadow palette was going to be one of those where it goes really patchy and the glitters were going to be really chunky and stuff like that. But honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised with this eyeshadow palette. Just look at how stunning all of these shades are. You get 18 shades, it's £10, and you get a mixture of mattes and shimmers. I like every single shade other than one that I tested out today, and I did say that earlier on, and that is the shade Cheesecake, because when I put my brush in it, a lot went on the brush, but not a lot of it actually went on my eye, which wasn't very good. I don't know how it did that, but I did use 3 different brushes just to see if it could go on, but it didn't really want to work, and it did have quite a lot of fallout as well and a lot of kickback. But the rest of the shades that I used today, stunning. I love them. They blended out amazingly, blended out like a dream. They look amazing on my eyes as well. The colours are very nice and vibrant, very pigmented, and I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. Honestly, I even like the shade 21, and I was a little bit worried about using it because I was like, this is a very, very bright shade, but honestly, I love 21. It's just a stunning shade. This was the only shade that I had where I had absolutely no fallout at all. This one was really, really good, and I love this palette. I love the fact that you get a giant mirror as well. I think it would be amazing for travel. I love the way that it looks as well on the front cover. I think that's really good. And honestly, I really, really like this eyeshadow palette. It gets a very big thumbs up from me, and a 10 out of 10. I love it. I can't wait to test it out some more and use the rest of the shades. So if you do want to pick up anything from this makeup collection, I definitely recommend the eyeshadow palette because it's just really good. It's stunning, and I'm really glad that the quality of this is so good, because like I said, I was a little bit worried because sometimes Makeup Revolution palettes can be hit and miss, and this one is definitely a hit. I love it, and it's good, and I'm going to be using it a lot more, and I'm excited to see how these wear throughout the rest of the day. And the other things that I tested out were the lipsticks, and at the moment I do like these lipsticks. They go on really nice and creamy. They're very pigmented as well. The only thing that I do have to say is that I think it might be a little bit bad that they are so creamy, just because when I was changing up the shade, all I did is just take a cotton pad and I just wiped like this, and there was no residue left on there. There was no lipstick or anything like that. And like I said earlier when I mentioned that it does remind me of the foundation stick that Makeup Revolution brought out because it is so creamy, it's gone down quite a lot. As you can see on there, it has gone down quite a lot. I've only used this one once, and I think it's going to not last very long just because it does go down really, really quickly. But for my first impression, I do think these lipsticks are really nice. I love the shades of them. I love the sheen that you get with them as well, and the creamy formula. So I will keep you posted and let you know how these go. So what I'm going to do is wear this makeup for the rest of the day. I'm not going to come back and give you a final first impression review just because I have to go to work after this, and I will be back quite late, so I won't get a chance to even film one. So what I'm going to do is see how this goes for the rest of the day. I am going to wear it for at least 10 hours. Then I'll put down below in the info section letting you know how they go, just give you an update, let you know if I liked them, if I didn't. And if you've tried any of these products out and if you liked them, if you didn't, just comment down below to let me know. Also, if there are any first impressions that you want me to do, just comment down below to let me know, and I'll be sure to do those as well. And make sure that you give this video a very big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye!